everybody, how's it going? And yeah, welcome to another Blu-ray update. Normally I try and schedule these for every 2 months. Man, I've collected so many movies over the last couple of months. I was almost going to do this one ahead of schedule because yeah, I've just got that many to go through, but figured what the hell, it's September, so time to do another one. Now before I get into this, I am really close to 300 subscribers. Once I get to 300, I'm going to do my first ever Q&A video, which I'm really looking forward to. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you haven't already done so, click subscribe. There's a thingy right here. Look at that. It's just on the screen. It's magic. And thank you so much to everybody who's been subscribing lately. I really appreciate it, and I'm really looking forward to talking to more people. Every time somebody comments on one of my videos, I always reply. I love talking to you guys. You guys are awesome. So yeah, get involved, subscribe. That way you can stay up to date with all the stuff that I put out. But without further ado, let's have a look what I've been wasting my money on these last couple of months. Now these are in no order of purchase. I've just put everything in a giant pile, which I'm going to go through now. Let's start off with Legends of the Fall. Now, I absolutely adore this movie. It is such a masterpiece of... I love tragic stories, and it doesn't get more tragic than this one. It was really well acted, well directed. The cinematography is just jaw-dropping, which is why I had to upgrade to Blu-ray. I've had it on DVD forever, but yeah, had to get this one on Blu-ray. Not only that, it was part of a 3 for $30 deal, and I think I had 2 movies and was looking for a third one, and it was like, that one will do. And also part of that deal was Saving Private Ryan. This is another one that I have it on DVD. I've actually got like a really cool box set. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, I got this box set on DVD, which is, you know, really kind of neat. So I probably won't be getting rid of that one anytime soon. But yeah, look, it was another movie that I kind of thought, it's worth a Blu-ray update. So there it is. Next up, I got Demolition Man. Now, the story behind me getting Demolition Man is because I already had Demolition Man, but I gave my copy away to Jay the Bald Guy. There was one day he was going through my stuff and he was like, you know, oh, I really love Demolition Man, haven't seen that in a while. And I hadn't actually watched the Blu-ray after buying it, so I was just like, there you go, have it. But then I was kind of like, man, I really want to watch that movie again, so yeah, I bought it. Next up, we have the remake of The Italian Job. Main reason I got that is because my DVD copy has like a scratch or something on it during the beginning of the film. So it's like you get to that point. You know that annoying thing where it gets to a point in a movie and it just freezes and then like skips ahead like 15 minutes or something? Yeah, that was happening. So yeah, got it on Blu-ray. What the heck? Fight Club. My God. I hosted a screening of this at my local cinema a couple of weeks ago, and look, I'd seen the movie a few times in my life, but I don't know, watching it again on the big screen recently, something clicked, and I saw it in a way I'd never seen it before, and just completely fell in love with it. And it's another case of, you know, I've got the movie on DVD, but I really wanted to upgrade it to Blu-ray because it's such a stunning looking film. So yeah, I got me some Fight Club. And I also got John Wick Chapter 2 because John Wick Chapter 2 is freaking awesome, and naturally, yeah, I got this the day it came out, so I'm really looking forward to seeing this one again. And on the subject of new release films, I also got Get Out because it is mind-blowingly awesome and another movie I cannot wait to sit down and watch again. If you guys haven't seen this, it's such a brilliant contemporary intellectual sort of a horror flick. It's not like anything you've seen before, so yeah, I've done a review of it. Check it out. And speaking of deep intellectual films, I got Fate of the Furious, or Fate and the Furious as my friend the Cinemum calls it. Sorry, Susan. But yeah, look, great movie. I bought this when it came out. I've watched it again. It is just so much fun. I love these movies. I really do. Like I said, they're just fun. They don't take themselves seriously. Mind-blowing action sequences. They are some of the best action movies out there today. And yeah, that one is a must-own. This one I picked up because my local Blockbuster finally closed its doors, and so they had a huge sell-off, and I went and, like a little vulture, I picked the bones. And I got this movie called The Boy, which has been intriguing me. I've heard mostly good things, sort of mixed things about it, but looks like a creepy kind of a horror flick. Yeah, haven't seen it yet, but looking forward to it. If you've seen it, let me know what you thought. And this was a movie that, funnily enough, there was a Facebook post I had that came up. You know those things on this day where you get memories from the past few years? There was one of those came up, and it reminded me of this movie I saw a few years ago that I really, really dug. It was written by Joss Whedon. It's a movie called In Your Eyes. Now, if you haven't seen it, it's a really cool flick about these two people, a guy and a girl on opposite sides of the country in the USA, and they just have this connection where they start seeing what each other is seeing, and it gets to a point where they can actually talk to each other, like the other person, they can hear them inside their head. And yeah, it's a really fascinating, it's kind of a romantic movie. Great to watch if you've got a boyfriend or girlfriend. And I'm not going to spoil what happens in the end, but yeah, it's really Joss Whedon. If you're a Joss Whedon fan, you got to check this movie out. I really dug it. It's not the greatest movie ever made, but it's well worth a watch. And this was another one that I got picking the bones of Blockbuster, The Edge of 17, which was one of those movies that I always thought, yeah, I would own it, but only, when it comes down in price, and can't remember how much I got it for, but it was extremely cheap and I dug the movie. It was good, so I bought it. And I also bought Hunt for the Wilder People because Jay the Bald Guy had been recommending this movie to me. Actually, lots of people had been recommending it to me. And I saw it not that long ago. Man, it is so funny. A really great film from New Zealand. Highly recommended if you like quirky comedy films. And another movie that I always thought I would own when it comes down in price was The Shallows. Yeah, it's a shark movie, but I thought they did a pretty good job with it. It wasn't the greatest, but it was a passable entertainment. So yeah, it was sitting there and I was looking at it and I was like, yeah, I could add that to the collection. Now here's a movie that I bought at the Blockbuster Bone Picking Extravaganza, which I hadn't actually seen, but from everything I heard, it was absolutely mind-blowingly brilliant, and that was Nightcrawler. Now, I did watch Nightcrawler just recently, and yeah, it really is mind-blowingly brilliant. Oh my freaking god, I'm already ready to watch this movie again. I absolutely loved it, and it changed the way I look at the news on TV, especially, when you see bystander footage and stuff like that. Yeah, great film. Jake Gyllenhaal was incredible in it. I dug his character. I liked that he was kind of an anti-hero. Yeah, really dark, twisted kind of a movie, and oh wow, so good. I'm definitely going to review it at some point. Another X-rental that I picked up was Ruby Sparks. Ruby Sparks was a movie that I saw late at night on TV. It started and I was like, I'll check this out. Watched the whole thing all the way through. It was so good. From memory, I think it's about a writer who is struggling with writer's block, and he comes up with this character of this girl who's kind of like his ideal woman, and for some reason, she actually manifests herself into the real world. And yeah, it was a crazy little movie, but I dug it. And another X-rental piece of goodness was Kung Fu Panda 3. I love the Kung Fu Panda movies. I think they're a lot of fun. Great stories, great voice acting. I just dig them. Liam Neeson is non-stop. Well, he's not non-stop. He's in non-stop. I don't think his character was named non-stop. This was a really cool flick. This was one of those ones that I saw a while back, and yeah, I dug it. It's Liam Neeson's this guy who's on a plane, and someone is threatening to kill passengers every 20 minutes until a ransom is paid or something like that. And yeah, a few twists and turns, and it definitely lived up to its name. This was a really good action thriller, non-stop. Another movie that, yeah, I rated this one pretty highly. I think I gave it an 8.5, but it wasn't one of those ones I was going to rush out and buy straight away, so got it as an X-rental. Sully with Tom Hanks, the one about the plane that came down in the river and he was the pilot and there was an investigation and stuff, and it was really good. And speaking of really good, I got Love Actually, because look, this is one of my most favorite romantic comedies of all time. I just love the way that It focused on so many stories so well. It gave like a really good amount of time to everybody, and the way that some of the stories wove into each other and everything was really clever. And yeah, it's just one of those movies that I really enjoy, and I am not ashamed to say it. And I also got Sicario. I don't know why. No, I think it's because I've heard it's really good, but I haven't actually seen it yet. So yeah, one of these days I'm going to sit down, I'm going to throw Sicario on, and I'm going to go, wow, I really liked that movie. I'm guessing that's what's going to happen. I don't know. Have you seen it? What's it like? And I had to order this on eBay, I think. Yeah, I got the complete Saw collection. Yeah, look, I know some of these movies are absolute turds, but the reason I got this is because it dawned upon me that I haven't actually seen the latest one, Saw number 7. I own, let's see, I own 1 and 6 on Blu-ray. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them on DVD, 1 through to 5. The reason I own 2 copies of number 1 is because I think, why do I own 2 copies of number 1? I think I was after the short film that it was initially inspired by, and I think the DVD didn't have it or something, so I bought it on Blu-ray. I don't know, who knows what goes on through my brain. Anyway, yeah, look, this was really, really cheap, and I thought I should probably catch up on the latest one before the next one comes out. And yeah, I watched it, and wow, it wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen, but yeah, it wasn't really that great. But anyway, I own them on Blu-ray, yay! And on the subject of horror, I got The Strangers, which is a film that I hadn't seen before, but it kept popping up on lists of, like, you know, the creepiest movies ever made or most disturbing movies ever made, etc. And yeah, I dug it. I really dug it, except for the ending. The ending bothered me a little bit. I'm not going to say why, because, you know, no spoilers here. But yeah, I wish it had gone in a bit of a different direction, mainly because I kind of like downer endings once in a while. I like endings where, you know, the bad guys win, and yeah, so I can't really say too much. If you've seen the movie, maybe you know what I'm talking about. Who knows? I don't even know what I'm talking about. But yeah, overall, really good film. I enjoyed it. And this was a movie that I've been wanting to upgrade to Blu-ray for quite some time now. Tim Burton's Batman. I love this movie. I mean, you know, the way that modern superhero movies are portrayed on the screen now is all thanks to this movie. It gave us our first look at like a dark, you know, black leather-clad Batman, and yeah, just the whole tone of the film, I adored it, and yeah, I always thought it'd look good in HD, so yeah, got me that on Blu-ray. Alright, coming down to the last 2, I also picked up Point Break, because I sort of thought, why not upgrade it to Blu-ray. This was another one that I hosted a screening of, and yeah, look, I really enjoyed this movie. It's great, and yeah, the Blu-ray was really cheap, so I thought, what the heck. And the last one, now this was a movie that I think I've actually had it for a little while now, but I think I forgot to include it in the last update, but Train to Busan, which is a Korean zombie film, and my god, one of the best zombie films ever freaking made. I caught it on Netflix, and you know, so many people had been recommending this movie, so I finally checked it out and loved every minute of it. It is so freaking good. So yeah, if you don't mind subtitles, which I hope you don't, because if you are one of those people that hates subtitles, you're missing out on so many great movies. But yeah, Train to Busan, great film, and very happy to own that one. Well, hang on, wait, no, there is one more. I almost forgot. I did also get the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Steelbook Edition, which has the adorable little baby Groot on the front with a button that says, "Do not push." So I'm pushing it because I'm a rebel. And inside it has a disc and some artwork and stuff. So yeah, anyway, Steelbook, yay! Now that takes care of the Blu-rays. I did actually get some DVDs recently because this is a TV show that my friend Steve had been recommending to me, and anytime he recommends something, I know I'm gonna love it. So, The Goldbergs. I got seasons 1, 2, and 3 of The Goldbergs. I don't know if you guys have seen this show, but it is really good. Aside from being hilariously funny, It's just got such a great sense of 80s nostalgia. I mean, seriously, there is so much of this show that reminds me of my own childhood. Yeah, I absolutely adore it. So, yeah, I have 3 seasons of the Goldbergs, and anytime they bring out more seasons, I will be adding them to the collection. And that concludes everything that I've bought in the last couple of months. My God, that was so many. I mean, seriously, look, this is how many. This is, oh, yeah, I'm seriously running out of shelf space for these things. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the movies that I've just been going through. There's some of your favorite movies in there. There's some that you're just like, why on earth would you buy that, even if it was cheap? Drop me some comments below, let me know, and like I said, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you did. Just smash that red button down below, or the little thingy at the end where Arnold Schwarzenegger's talking. So drop me some comments either here or on Facebook. All the social media links are in the description below, because I like to talk about movies, and I would love to talk about movies with you. I'll catch you next time.
Click subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest movie reviews. Skynet will be taking over any day now, so what have you got to lose? Nyah.